It's great to see what other folks think about their homes. It is what we're about. We are not about buildings. We do them, but that's not why we're here. We're here to give people an opportunity to make homes for themselves, and we can't do that by ourselves. We do that with our residents, hand in hand with our residents. It's a relationship. And a whole bunch of people, though, set up that opportunity. Tonight we award, every year we award Aeons' annual Building Community Award to somebody in the community who has made a big difference in helping us make homes happen for people. And tonight we're going to give this award to a woman who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. She's traveling, but who has been one of the leaders in affordable housing on the City Council of Minneapolis for a decade. And if there is a more passionate person, I don't know where you could possibly find them. I'm glad she's not here tonight, and please don't tell her that I referred to her as a bulldog for things that she believes in. And one of the things that she believes in is that people should have a place to live. People should have a home. And we should make room for everybody in our community. And the woman I'm talking about tonight is City Council member Lisa Goodman. Thank you. Lisa has been responsible and led the charge in a number of the properties that we've been able to develop, and I won't go into great detail and tell you how hard it is to do this work, both financially and politically. But I want the residents from the Lamoureux. How many residents from the Lamoureux do we have here tonight? Please stand up, stand up, stand up, please stand up. All right, Lisa, yeah, thank you, thank you. Now residents from St. Barnabas. Anybody here from St. Barnabas? How about Ripley Gardens? Anybody here from Ripley Gardens? Stand up, Ripley Gardens. Jourdain. Anybody here from Jourdain? Welcome. Stay standing, all you guys. Everybody stay standing, including the Lamoureux folks. Stay standing, that's right. We're going to make you work for your dinner tonight. I want everybody standing to understand that you have a home in great part because Lisa Goodman and City Council fought to make it happen. So, again, thank you to you for being here, for our residents and neighbors, and thank you to Lisa. Is anybody here from Bury Manor, Page Hall, Balmoral, Chicago Avenue? Any of those properties? Please stand. Please stand. Please stand. Elliott Court, the Heritage. Heritage. Anybody here from the Heritage? Please stand. Hey, how you doing? Wait, don't go down. Don't sit down yet. Don't sit down. Because here's the deal with you. Lisa wasn't around when we did those properties. But, as Tom knows, we're working to try to refinance them, to redo them, so that they can continue to stay in decent, affordable places. And we need Lisa to be our champion. So, who's taking the video? Lisa. We need you to be our champion so that folks still have a place to live at those places. So thank you guys very much again. Come on up, Tom. Tom, where's Tom? Tom, come on up. Unfortunately, as I said, Lisa couldn't be here tonight, but we're videotaping this for her so she can see it. And she asked Tom Strites, who's with the City of Minneapolis and runs the housing division of the City of Minneapolis, to be with us and accept the award on her behalf. So thank you again.
Well, thank you, Alan. It's such a pleasure to be here. And I'm going to perform for the first time, Alan, a death-defying task, right? So I'm going to, in front of your very eyes, build something. Okay, so this will be relevant later, all right? So I'm going to set it down right here, okay? All right, well, thank you. Once again, I'm Tom Strites, Director of Housing for the City of Minneapolis. What a pleasure to be here. What a great gathering of people, and thank you, Alan, for all your work. Lisa Goodman could not be here tonight. Lisa's a dear friend of mine. She's someone who's been an extraordinary champion on the City Council for, as Alan said, almost a decade now. I think it's been close to a decade. So on behalf of Lisa and as the Director of the City of Housing for the City of Minneapolis, thank you, Alan. I do want to say a few words, and the coffee cups may become relevant later. So I'm going to put on my glasses, so excuse me, I have to read. As I said, Lisa couldn't be here this evening. She would love to be here. But I do want to share that as Lisa's reign and her chairmanship of the CD committee over the last 10 years, Lisa's been responsible for getting funding for thousands of units of affordable housing throughout the city of Minneapolis. I mean, literally thousands of units of housing. Many of them which were mentioned here tonight, Alan, but many other housing developments as well that house families throughout our community. I first met Lisa when I was a legal aid lawyer, and a developer announced that they were going to buy the building at 9th and Hemphill. That building is now a very fancy upscale hotel, boutique hotel, restaurant called Chambers. But you may, for those of you who've been around Minneapolis, you may remember for 80 years that was workforce housing for people who worked downtown, worked at Dayton's in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, people who waited tables. The developer announced to Lisa they were going to buy the building and they were going to make it into a high-end hotel. Lisa said, well, yeah, but the only way you're going to do that is if you make sure every resident of that building finds decent, safe, affordable housing. And I can tell you from that story, Lisa called me when I was a legal aid lawyer. We personally, and along with Lisa and the developer of that building, relocated, found a house for every resident, bought mattresses, furniture, helped move all those residents to beautiful new homes. One of the individuals had lived there for 40 years. He ended up playing piano at one of Lisa's fundraisers. The reason I say this speaks to Lisa's passion. She cares about people. At the end of the day, you're right, it's not about structures. It's about people. And I became friends with many of the people who moved from that building. It's just one story of many that I can tell you about Lisa's passion for this work and for all of you and what you do, Alan, and all your residents. So, how do we measure someone's work? How do we measure someone's work? A bricklayer builds a brick wall that starts with one layer, right? And then we add another. So when the bricklayer goes home, he's built something, right? So Lisa and I and others work in the realm of paper. We work at City Hall where we argue. We argue about funding, facts, and figures. And my boys, I have 13-year-old twin boys, and I took them to work one day. I came home and they said, you know, Dad, you really don't do anything. You just meet and talk. It's ridiculous. And it makes me think about, you know, the idea of building. You know, and so I think I got to go about the garden, plant something. I want to see it grow. But here's the thing about the work that Lisa does, and some of the others at City Hall who really care about housing. They make sure the money's there so the bricklayer can build the wall. They make sure the money's there so the roof goes up. So even though it's not glorious and people complain about politicians, I got to tell you, there's important work that's done there. And without someone who really cares, particularly in these times, people want to direct money to other things. Now, I don't swear a lot, but I swear sometimes when I hit a big pothole, I'm like, wow, my tire's going to fall off. And I got to tell you, a lot of people would like to redirect all our money into filling potholes, and that's an important thing. But Lisa has continued to advocate money for housing for people, because when we know at the end of the day, that's going to be the quality of our community. So, it's I think a pleasure and a joy to be able to come somewhere to an event like this, Alan, and see real people who are living in this housing. So I know that I didn't just push paper, that the fights that Lisa has on behalf of residents, on behalf of the city, makes a difference. People are living in these houses, and it's a home. And I love the video I saw earlier. So I'm going to leave you with a quote from a gentleman named Khalil Gibran, a famous Lebanese Sufi poet. And Khalil Gibran said that work is love made visible. Work is love made visible. And that's such an important line to me, because, from the invisible, our work, our pushing paper, at the end of the day, I can drive through the community. I see the buildings that Aeons has built. I see the other buildings that I've pushed some paper on and had meetings on, and I think, there is love made visible. There is love made visible. So thank you to Lisa Goodman for seeing from the invisible, making sure the invisible is translated into the visible, and people have homes. And what a joy and pleasure, and I really am grateful on behalf of Lisa for you having us here this evening. I'm humbled. And thank you, and keep up the good work, Aeon. You're tremendous.